Hello student, I am Devikant Deshmukh, your physics teacher, and from today we are going to start your physics syllabus. And the very first chapter that we will learn is light, reflection and refraction. Now student, before getting very deep into the given chapter, okay, it is necessary to understand some basics related to light. So student, what is light? Okay, you know that the ultimate source of energy for earth is actually sun, and most of the solar energy that received on earth is actually in the form of light. Therefore from this we can say that light is a form of energy. Now if light is a form of energy, then what this light can do? Okay, now let us understand this also. During the daytime, when sunlight is present, okay, we are able to see the surrounding objects or the surrounding world. Got it? But at the time of night, when sunlight is absent, okay, we are unable to see the surrounding objects. Therefore we can say that with the help of light energy we are able to see, okay, the surrounding world. Therefore we can say that light is a form of energy which enable us a very important sense, that is a sense of vision. With the help of light we are able to see the surrounding objects or surrounding things. Got it? This is actually a light is. Now student, let us understand what is the source of light now and how the light is produced in the given sources. Okay, source means any object or any body, okay, any object or any body which emit light, it's called source of light. Therefore we can write here any object or any body which emit light is called source. Now depending upon whether the light is produced in a source or whether they are illuminated by the light of another source, okay, the sources of light are classified into two types. The first is luminous source, or it is also called as primary source. Now luminous sources are those sources which produces light of their own. Okay, such sources are actually called luminous source. Okay, in luminous sources actually light is produced by themselves, okay, like sun, okay, electric bulb, which generate light inside them. Okay, such sources of light are actually called as luminous sources, okay, which emit light of their own, okay, are called as luminous sources. Now student, what are the reason behind the luminous sources? How light is produced by luminous sources? There are various reasons. First of all, we can say that due to some nuclear reaction, continuously going inside them, okay, they may produce light, like sun. You know that a nuclear reaction which is responsible for the solar energy or sunlight is actually nuclear fission. Okay, due to nuclear fission reaction, sun actually produces light or its solar energy. Second reason is due to high temperature. Okay, if we take a metal rod and heat it up to a high temperature, what we observe, after some time the rod becomes reddish. it becomes reddish, that means it actually, due to its high temperature, it emit light of its own which produces inside it due to its high temperature. Okay. The third reason may be due to electric current flowing through them. Now its example is electric bulb. We know that due to electric current flowing through the small filament in electric bulb, it actually produces light. Okay, these are some reason behind the luminous sources, okay, why they produces light. Okay, such sources of light are actually called luminous sources or primary sources. Now the examples of luminous sources or primary sources are sun, electric bulb. Okay, these are etc. Okay, candle flame. Okay, these are some examples of luminous sources or primary sources. Got it? Now second is non-luminous. They are also called as secondary source. Now what are non-luminous source? Student, non-luminous sources are those sources which does not produce light of their own, but they are illuminated by the light of primary sources or luminous sources. Okay, like moon. You know that during night, okay, during night we know that moon is found to be illuminated, but the moon is actually illuminated by the light of sun. Okay, therefore we can say that moon is actually non-luminous object. Any object that is visible to us is actually a secondary source of light. Okay, you all are able to see this marker. Why? Because this marker is also a non-luminous or secondary source. It is actually illuminated by the light of an electric bulb. Okay, the light from electric bulb incident upon this marker, and this marker will actually scatter this light into the surrounding medium. That means it also behave as a source, but the light emitted from or light scattered by this marker is not produced inside it. This marker is illuminated by the light of primary source. Such sources of light are actually called as secondary source. Okay, you all are able to see me, therefore myself is also the secondary source or non-luminous source, because I am also illuminated by the light of electric bulb in my room. Got it? Such sources are actually called as non-luminous sources. Okay, which are illuminated by light of primary source. Okay, these are called as non-luminous sources. Now examples are everything, okay, that we see is actually non-luminous except these. Okay, these are called as the sources of light. Got it? These are very important terms, okay, while studying reflection and refraction. Got it? Now let us understand what is medium. Okay, Now student, medium means the body, okay, through which light energy can propagate. Okay, such body or such objects are called as medium. Body through which light can propagate. Propagate means travel. It's called medium. Okay, any object or anything through which light may propagate or light may travel or light may can be transferred from one place to the other. Okay, that part, okay, through which light travels is actually called the medium of light. This is actually called medium of light. Now this medium of light is also classified into various type. Let us understand that also. First, transparent medium. Second one, translucent medium. And third one is opaque medium. Okay, now what is transparent medium? As its name suggests, the medium which are transparent, okay, through which light may pass easily. Okay, the medium through which light passes easily are called as transparent medium. Now what are the examples of transparent medium? Air, okay, water, glass. Okay, these are some examples of transparent medium through which light may pass very easily. Okay, these are called as transparent medium. Now what is translucent medium? Now translucent medium are those medium or that medium through which light passes partially. Okay, through translucent medium light passes partially, means 100% of light is not able to pass through translucent medium. Examples. Now let us take a piece of paper, okay, and place it on the torch. What we observe, does 100% of light is transmitted through that piece of paper? No. Some part of light only passes through that piece of paper, and most of the light will be obstructed. Such mediums are actually called translucent medium. Okay. Now another example, take a torch and put your hand on the torch. What we observe, some part of light is again able to transmit through our skin. Therefore we can say that our skin is also what? Translucent. It actually passes some part of light. Okay, such type of mediums are actually called translucent medium. Now examples, piece of paper, and again another you can find. Now what are opaque medium? Okay, opaque medium means medium which completely obstruct light, which does not allow light to transmit through it. Such type of mediums are actually called opaque medium. It does not pass, like wood, okay, concrete wall. These are some medium, okay, through which light is not transmitted. Okay, light does not transmit it through them. Okay, they completely obstruct light. Such type of medium are called opaque medium, and examples of opaque medium are wood, concrete wall. Okay, these are some examples of opaque medium. Got it? Transparent medium means those medium through which light passes easily. Translucent medium means the medium through which light passes partially. And opaque medium or opaque object, okay, means through which light does not pass. It does not allow light to transmit or to pass through them. Okay, such type of mediums are called opaque medium. Do you understand? Now, these are the classification of medium depending upon the amount of light transmitted through them. Again, the medium is classified into two types depending upon the velocity of light in them. Okay, and that are rarer medium, and the second one is denser medium. Okay, now if we compare two different media, two medium, okay, so out of the two medium in which the velocity of light is more, that medium is called rarer medium, and comparatively if the velocity of light is smaller, then that medium is called denser medium. Got it? Now, velocity of light is more, and in this medium velocity of light is less. Okay, now let us take example. If we take air and water, if we compare these two medium, now obviously we know that velocity of light in air is more than velocity of light in water. Therefore, while comparing these two medium, it will be rarer medium and it will be a denser medium. If now we compare again water and glass, okay, obviously we know that the density of water is smaller than the glass. Therefore, velocity of light in water, okay, is more than velocity of light in glass. Therefore, while comparing these two medium, water will be a rarer medium and glass is a denser medium. Got it? This is also the classification of medium depending upon the velocity of light in them. But velocity of light mainly depends upon the density of medium. Okay, the medium, okay, if the density of any medium is high, then in that medium velocity of light is found to be smaller, and if density is smaller, okay, then velocity of light in that medium is found to be more. Got it? Look, when we compare air and water, velocity of light in air is higher, therefore it is a rarer medium, and this is a denser medium now in comparison with these two. But if we compare water and glass, velocity of light in water is more than velocity of light in glass. Therefore, in this case, now water becomes rarer and glass becomes denser medium. Got it? These are called the medium. Understand? Okay. Now, student, let us take a look at the another basic and very important point, that is ray of light. Okay. Okay. Ray of light means the direction of propagation of light energy through any medium, okay, it's called the ray of light. Now student, if we take a source of light as, okay, this is the actually source of light and it actually emits light energy in its surrounding medium. Okay, the light energy emitted by this source is traveling through this surrounding medium, is propagating through this medium constantly. Now this light energy actually travels along the direction, along the given direction, and the directions are actually called as ray of light. Now a person observing from here, what observes? The light energy emitted by this source travels towards him along this path. Therefore this path of light, okay, is called ray of light. Now a person looking from here observes the light energy emitted by this source travels along this straight line path towards him. So for this, it represents the ray of light. Therefore we can say that the light energy emitted by source travels along a direction, travels in a given direction, okay, which are shown by ray of light. Therefore ray of light means the direction of propagation of light energy emitted by any source. Okay, these are called the ray of light. Okay, we can write here direction of propagation. Propagation means traveling, transfer. Direction of propagation of light energy, okay, through a medium is called ray of light. Okay. Therefore ray of light only represent what? The direction along which light energy is traveling. Okay, if we draw a ray like this, what it represents? It represents that the light energy is traveling along this direction. Got it? And we know that through any homogeneous medium, light always travels along a straight line path. Therefore the rays of light, okay, drawn anywhere, okay, are always straight line. Therefore we can say that light always travels through any homogeneous medium. Homogeneous means uniform, like air, which is spread everywhere. Light always travels through any homogeneous medium along straight line path, and that straight line path is actually ray of light. Got it? These are actually called ray of light. Now student, again understand the various rays of light. Now first of all, converging ray. What is mean by the converging rays? If the large number of rays of light are meeting at a single point of any medium, then that rays of light are actually called as converging rays. Okay, if now some light energy travels along this straight line path, some travels along this straight line path, and they all are meeting at this single point. Okay, at this single point. Therefore, these rays are what? Converging rays. Converging rays means the number of rays of light which are meeting at a single point. Okay, therefore, that rays of light are actually called as converging rays. Got it? These are actually called converging rays. Like this. Okay. Now, second, opposite of convergence, that is divergence. Diverging ray. Now, diverging rays means if the rays of light are moving away from a single point, then that rays of light are actually called as diverging rays. Examples: if a ray of light is moving away from this single point in this direction, in this direction, in this direction, that means all these rays are moving away from each other. They are moving away from each other, and here they are moving towards each other to meet at a single point. Here they are moving away from each other. Okay, such rays of light are actually called as what? Diverging rays. These are actually called what? Diverging rays. Got it? Now, third one is parallel rays. What are parallel rays now? Student, parallel rays means the rays which are not actually moving towards each other and not going away from each other. Okay, such rays of light which are exactly parallel to each other, they are not moving away or they are not moving towards. Such rays of light are actually called what? Parallel rays. Got it? That means the light energy traveling along this direction, and this direction is maintaining that their distances constantly through medium. They are always parallel. Okay, light energy travel along this path and travel along this path, always maintain distance between them, same distance between them. That means they are parallel. Such type of rays are actually called what? Parallel rays. Okay, now student, we actually learned the basics which is very important to understand reflection and refraction. Okay, got it? Now from our next video lecture, we start the main topic of this chapter, that is reflection, the visible phenomenon of light, that is reflection. Do you understand the basics of this chapter? Okay, got it. Thank you.